r/AskReddit asks. Fathers of Reddit. In honor of Father's Day, what was your don't tell your mother about this moment? One night I was enjoying a small bit of ice cream after my 4-year-old daughter went to bed. She came downstairs and caught me. So I offered her a small bite, but since she was supposed to be in bed, I said don't tell Mom. She assured me she wouldn't. My wife wouldn't have cared anyway, but it was a fun little game to play. After she went up to bed and I was down on the couch, she snuck into the master bedroom where Mom was resting. She told Mom that I had let her have some ice cream, and she was afraid of sugar bugs, so could she please brush her teeth again. My wife just laughed at me the next day. Little shit ratted me out to brush her teeth, something she doesn't like doing anyway. And here I am using Paw Patrol electric toothbrushes and toothpaste and frozen mouthwash to coax them into the bathroom before bed. When Elle was 12 or so, I walked into my dad's office to find him counting money. He says don't tell Mom and you'll find out what it's for. So I don't say a thing. 2 days later he wakes me up early to run errands with him. We came back with a new, used, but new for us, car. He also said if I don't tell how much he spent on it he'll let me drive it. It was only a couple $100, but we were broke and she would have been mad. My mother tried so hard to find out, but I kept the secret. So anytime we were in an open space like an empty lot he would let me drive it. I felt like the coolest kid in middle school knowing how to drive a car. Again, don't tell your mother, he says. It was our secret thing and I'll cherish those memories forever. When I got my permit at 16 I was so excited to drive it for real. I asked my mother if I can drive her around when she has to go out, but she says absolutely not since I have no experience. Well, I can't argue because I don't want to get Dad in trouble. This goes on for a few weeks, I keep asking, she keeps telling me no. This finally happened one day while Dad was home and overheard. He comes in the room, gives me a nod and says to my mother she's a better driver than you anyway, tosses me the keys and tells Mom everything. I was so stoked and cheering. I can drive. I can drive. Dad says drive it? No. If you can keep a secret for that long you can keep the car too. 20 years later it's still one of my favorite memories. I have always worked in restaurants and get home late nights. On Fridays I treat myself to takeout. Not just any takeout, the bad stuff. Cheese fries topped with gyro meat, steak nachos with guac. Always a large, always with a big bottle of beer they sell singly. When my girls were little they would sneak down late at night and we would munch bad food and watch really bad funny movies with all the swear words in. That is so wholesome. In the winter, he would put the toboggan behind the four-wheeler and take us out into the fields and ride around. My mom found out after it tipped and my face got beat up and was bleeding everywhere. Fun. Yes. My dad used to pull me behind his old motorbike with me on a crap plastic sledge. I pretty much just did rolled over and over in the snow behind him, but damn, it was fun. Major happy memories. My dad and I, around 5 years old, were on our way home from a car show when we were getting followed by the cops. My dad struggled to put on his seatbelt quickly in hopes he wouldn't get a ticket. Unfortunately, we got pulled over. This might have been the first time ever that I saw a cop this close up, let alone speak to one. I was a deer in headlights the whole time. Well, with the cop on either side of the car, the officer leaned in and asked my dad why he was swerving. That dick told the cops I was tickling him. The cops looked at me straight in the eyes and asked if this was true. I was too scared to say anything and just nodded yes. The officer smiled and said, "Never to do that again while your father is driving, okay?" They left without any further words and my dad gave me the lecture of don't tell your mom. And amp, #X200B. DL, Doctor, Dad and I get pulled over when he tried to get his seatbelt on, blamed it on me tickling him instead. 1. Hang out with your dad at the car show 2. Lie to the cops for him. 3. Keep quiet to your mom. Sounds like you tickle of the boxes for being a great son/daughter. Not a father but a son. We forgot my passport during vacation and were already at the border station when we noticed. My dad then said that we won't turn back but that he will figure something out. Turns out he smuggled me successfully across 3 border crossings without my passport. Before we arrived at home, he told me not to tell my mom about this. We were on a school trip abroad and the teachers lost my brother's passport. Returning home we went through border control, I went through while the teachers explained the situation to security. My brother had to sign a form or something, and then I had to stand the other side of the passport checking booth and confirm I knew him and he was related to me. Nearly 10 years later, when he pisses me off, I joke I should have pretended to have no idea who he is. When I was younger, my dad and I would always go to the movies together. It was our thing. I always looked forward to it. Also, when I was about 11, we would often watch Family Guy or South Park together, certainly not age appropriate, but nothing too terrible, I don't think. However, one day he took me to see Team America, World Police when it came out, made by the guys who did South Park. I think he realized his mistake during the puppet sex scene, and immediately after said, "Don't tell your mom about this." R.I.P. Dad, love and miss you. Dad was putting new roof shingles on. I was probably 3, maybe 4. I asked if I could help. He said if I could climb the ladder, sure. I was always climbing, so that was no issue. Climbed right on up and started handing him shingles. It would have been a "don't tell your mother" moment had she not come home from grocery shopping. After several back and forth of "where are you" and "up here mom," she figured it out and flipped out. "What is he doing on the roof?" Edit: I'm not a dad, so I posted on behalf of my dad. My dad always wanted a son. I'm the last of 4 girls. So I was a huge tomboy. Whatever he was fixing, I was right there. My mom gave up on these things after a while. Fell off so many things because of this. I was having a good heart-to-heart with my stepdad as a teen. We were chilling in the shop where he does most of his odd job work, and by the end of our conversation he pulls out his bong and asks, "Wanna keep going?" But don't tell your mom, she will throw my ass through a window. Ironically enough, the way they met was at a bar and my stepdad was hitting on her and she said she could throw him across the bar. He dared her, so she did. He told me that was the moment he knew he would fall in love with her. Daughter speaking for her father. In high school, everybody was always busy at work or clubs, so I was the first one in my household to get home nearly every single day. Dad was having money troubles that he didn't want to disclose to anyone, so he paid me $5 a month to take the bank statement letter from the mailbox and hide it from my stepmom until he got home. It was the closest thing I got to an allowance. P.S. I had no idea what the money trouble was, BTW. I was always the don't ask, don't tell person, so that's why he trusted me the most about this. Clearly all this bribery was causing him money problems. When my wife's at work, I will take my daughter, 4-year-old, out for breakfast, then we will go on a small adventure around a shop of her choice and pretend whatever she wants. Last time we went to a car parts shop and rolled tires around as we were freeing the rollings from Monster. So far my wife doesn't believe her when she later on grasses me up. TBH, it's the only thing pre-COVID I miss doing. Good man right here. My dad taught me how to play throw rocks, where you toss a handful of rocks in the air directly above you and run away before they hit you. I was playing one with my cousin and got clunked on the head by a big one and bled all over my face and shirt collar. I went crying to Dad and he paid me $1 and a piece of gum to keep quiet about the throw rocks game and just tell Mom my cousin threw it at me. My relationship with my cousin has been irreversibly damaged since then because I lied on him and he never wanted to talk to me again, so we drifted apart. Nice try, Mom.